TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Talk about your memories of bringing Ultimate Warrior to WCW. Let's start there.
It was a Hulk Hogan thing. It started with Hulk. And again, I think it was Hulk recreating or attempting to recreate some of the magic that he had experienced in the success. He wanted, high profile guy to work with. And in his mind, and mine at the time, I did it. So, I bought into it, that it was something that the audience would perhaps like to see and I could try to make work.
Warrior claims that Hogan only wanted to bring him in to get his win back over Warrior. What are your thoughts on that?
I just think that's wrestling urban culture narrative bullshit.
He also had said that if he realized how bad it would have been, that he wouldn't have went back or went to WCW. What are your thoughts on his statement there?
Who said that?
Warrior said that if he knew how bad it was going to be, he would never have went.
What are my thoughts on that? It wasn't bad because we didn't try. Look, I respect Warrior and his family, so I'm not going to say anything negative about it. But go back and look at, or I encourage anybody who's watching this to go back and look at the way he came in and what you saw on television. And it's not at all what was laid out. It was the longest, most painful live in-ring segment I have ever done in my life. It was written to be about 7 to 10 minutes long. It might have gone 25 minutes. And it went all over the place. And I remember, I think I was in there with Hulk, and I don't know who else is in there, and we're kind of looking at each other. And I'm looking at the girl, I think it was Annette, the girl, the floor director. She's down on the floor going, wrap it up. We're a live show. We got commercial breaks. We got to hit. We're syncing with satellites. I mean, and it just was going all over the place. And then shortly after that, he blew out his arm and tore bicep, hanging off the ring cage. So yeah, he probably wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it, but it wasn't because he didn't try and I didn't try. It just didn't work out.
What are your memories working with him and dealing with him?
Well, I just gave you my biggest memory of working with him. And that's vivid. In the ring as a performer. In terms of business, I went to visit him a couple times in Phoenix, and he, Warrior was, he's kind of like Randy Savage in a way, incredibly intense and passionate, very creative. Now, a little on the outside edges of, comprehensible or relatable, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means he was just way out there. So you get somebody that's really, really intense and passionate, and you mix that characteristic with somebody that's kind of on the outside edge of really on the outside edge of the box, and it can be a challenge. And he was that challenge. I get home, I'd fly to Phoenix, I'd sit down with him. I remember one time I came home from the airport after having spent 2 days with him, or a day or a night, and I got home and it was like a fax about 4 pounds thick of different ideas of what to do with his character and comic books and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that, because he saw an image and he saw a character in his mind. He was passionate about it, clearly enough to change his name legally to it. But that was challenging, 'cause it took a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It took a lot of energy.
Working with Raven, Scotty, what was that like? No comment, or just
it is what it was.
Did you see the talent in him, or just
No,
one of the boys?
I never saw anything magic in him.
TitleMatchNetwork.com.